doubt Fulvis will bring reinforcements anytime soon.
The central control room is just ahead. Should we push forward? The messenger of the Forsakens might be inside. I'm not sure how many assassins like her are waiting for us.
Yes, death is a real possibility. For you, me, and probably all of us.
Soldiers of the 13th Legion. Before us lies the central control room of Lonza Fortress, the ultimate goal of this mission. This is our chance to claim glory for Hyperborea. However, I must apologize, as I won't be giving you the lion's share of this victory.
Eh?
With glory comes great danger. And this action is more dangerous than ever. You're young, with many years ahead. There will be other opportunities for glory. But today, the old man here will seek one more medal. And he isn't keen on sharing it with any of you. Stay at your posts by the turret. If you lose contact with me, continue to shell the control room from a distance and wait for reinforcements. Do not assault it directly.
Commander Avar, you can't do this alone. I know you didn't mean what you just said.
What are you talking about? I just simply gave you orders.
Pretentious old geezer.
I understand your concerns, but I've been through a lot of things like this. I was once like you, young and tearful, thinking my commanding officer had a death wish, but he always returned safely. So I'm telling you that there's no need to worry. Think of your mother, probably by the fireplace knitting a sweater, waiting for you to come home.
Commander Avar, you've always looked out for me, and you've just saved my life. Even if my mother were here, she would say, follow your officer, do not fear death. You're a Hyperborean warrior, and you're supposed to defend the Empire with your life.
It's not about fearing death. I just don't want any lives lost in vain.
It won't be in vain. Every step we take pushes the front line forward. And since we don't know what lies before us, it means that survival is also a possibility.
I'm a Griffin, and I stand with the captain.
Yeah, I heard that loud and clear this time. I stand with the captain.
Well, since we have the captain, maybe he does have what it takes to lead us to victory.
All right. Prepare yourselves. We set off together.
You've even learned how to take over your commander's speech.
Maybe we could wait for a while to gather more intel from this last first.
Oh, are you going to interrogate me?
No. I've seen how crafty this girl is. Her intel will only mess with our judgment. Here's the plan. We split into two groups. He and I will scout ahead. The rest prepare and initiate the assault upon our signal. If we call it off, retreat to turret 4. Leon, you stay back and guard the captives.
Yes, sir!
Let's move and see what surprises the Forsakens have prepared for us. Ones are tough to deal with. Be cautious.
Scream louder, then I might show you some mercy. Get lost.
Sorry.
Something's off here. The original blueprints of the fortress showed this room should have the strongest defense system, including a self-destruct mechanism. But they've only locked the door, and there's no sign of any defense systems engaging. What do you make of this? Given the number of traps they've set up along the way, it seems unlikely they'd ignore this crucial area, trap or not. We have our objectives. Proceed with caution and stay mission-focused. I'm about to access the fortress's control panel with my key.
Understood. I'll take a look around for anything suspicious.
The 13th Legion will attack in 2 days. Antonius Fulvis has vowed before Sybil that if his forces fail to breach the fortress, he would shoot himself with his own gun. Sybil then assigned him the best troops. The Legion will do everything they can to take Lonza Fortress back. We should not attempt to defend the fortress against such odds. Withdraw our forces and ensure the survival of the Forsaken.
Merely retreating would squander a perfect opportunity. We should make the Hyperboreans pay dearly.
Easy. Leave it to Avar. He'll be commanding 2 Vanguard squads in the operation. Those fools always listen to him. Avar will hold off their assault. Use this time to lay traps and fortify our defenses. The fortress will become their graveyard. We'll soon read this headline in the news. During the battle in Lonza Fortress, the 13th Legion valiantly defended the Emperor's lands. The Vanguard suffered 90% casualties in the fierce conflict. Lieutenant Colonel Avar, one of the survivors, mourned the fallen and delivered a eulogy of unmatched honor.
Good for Avar. Let's go with this plan then. Shame those dead dogs will receive posthumous honors though.
Avar.
Authority override successful. Current authority, Avar Horodland. Good afternoon, Lieutenant Colonel Avar Horodland. Motto 16 of the Hyperborean Legion. When you have the enemy within range, beware that you are also within theirs.
Oh, finally. Of all the battles I've fought, none have been as nerve-wracking as this. I thought I might never see Daphne and Claudia again. Strange. I've got the operational clearance. How come it's not working? What about you? Found anything unusual? You look like you've seen a ghost. What's wrong?
Someone in your legion wants you dead.
That girl Katya told me this. The recording, the signed document, Katya's words. And this man in front of me, my mentor on hand-to-hand combat and battle tactics. My superior who always looks out for me. What should I believe? I found this voice recorder. And this document.
Is that so? Well then. We need to have a serious discussion about this. Fulvis, you scheming bastard. You fabricated all this evidence, didn't you? I didn't know you old lion aristocrats would stoop to such nasty tricks.
I'm nothing like those stubborn old fools. I'm a pragmatist and would do anything that works. Isn't this your favorite protege? You did this.
I was just setting the stage for a deal with you. I don't think we need a third person for this.
Off you go, Falsey. It's all right. The entire fortress is in our hands. This old man dares not make a move.
Yes, sir. I shall wait outside the door.
Now, why bother making up all this false evidence? You really think the higher-ups are that stupid?
Of course not. They're actually smart enough to turn a blind eye and play along. Use your head, Avar. Why do you think I dare to make this bold move? It's naturally because someone wants me to. Since you're a goner already, I'll show some mercy so you won't die a fool. When His Majesty was first crowned, Duke Servius was our imperial regent, but the regency strayed from established Hyperborean traditions and grafted too many useless scions onto the great imperial oak. Those fools allowed Charons into the military council and the Legion, and even appointed a few, like you, into high offices. This is ridiculous. Though His Majesty is now aware of these mistakes, they continue to plague us. I'm merely helping him prune the oak.
So, you went through all the trouble just because you don't like Charons? You should have told me earlier. There's no need for such an elaborate ruse. Just let me off this time and I'll retire early and stay out of your way forever. If you need my loyalty, I can do that too. We can blame him for leaking our battle plans. Both of us walk away clean. Hell, we might even get a reward for uncovering a spy, and you'll gain an old dog obedient enough to follow your orders.
How quaint, Avar. Didn't expect you to stoop this low too. But you don't know the half of it, Avar. You're worth far more to us dead than alive. Use your head. Imagine the uproar if it came out that a high-ranking Charon officer defected and joined the Forsakens, resulting in the deaths of many of our best young soldiers. High-ranking Charons are already a thorn in many's flesh. Such a scandal will discredit them. Take our beloved Superior. Do you know how many people wish to see her crash and burn?
You mean Sybil? You wish her gone. You're after her position and power.
Perhaps. Maybe I want more. But that's no longer your concern.
Wait. We should talk about one more thing. About number 0.
Oh?
She is the most precious weapon of the 13th Legion. Sybil controls her now, but to complete the second Scion program, she still needs the crucial catalyst. Sybil has ordered you to find the catalyst in Flaxen, but your search doesn't seem to be enjoying much success.
Get to the point, Avar.
There are many paths to power, Fulvis. Even if this charade pushes Sybil off her seat, how can you be sure the Emperor will let you take her place? You need some kind of unparalleled credit to propel you to the Legion's head.
I'm listening.
The second Scion program is too important to the Empire. It's worth far more than 100 Lonza fortresses combined. If you find the catalyst, which is the final piece of the puzzle, the entire capital will chant your name. Antonius Fulvis. It's the unparalleled credit you need. And I, by circumstance and chance, happen to know of its whereabouts. I'm willing to concede this to you.
Now we're talking.
That would be my end of the deal. All I ask in return is for you to spare me and my troops. My daughter is among them, so I have to make sure they're safe.
What a loving father. All right. Tell me where the catalyst is, here and now, and don't try to pull any tricks. You don't have leverage.
Fine. It's at...
Oh, thanks. As for now, I just need one last thing. Remember, Ava, never trust a pragmatist. Stay behind, Fulci. Clean up this mess.
Yes, sir. A mini recording device. Why would he have this?
Lieutenant Colonel Avar Horodland, you have yet to enter any command. Motto 17 of the Hyperborean Legion, obeying orders and trusting your comrades give you a better chance of survival on the battlefield.
I'm still alive. What's this?
Attention to all 13th Legion soldiers in Lonza Fortress. Daphne Theodore, the former medic of Squad Griffins, is now classified as a Forsaken spy. Daphne Theodore is to be executed upon sight.
Daphne? Wanted spy? I must get out of here first.
Should hold you over for a while.
Wait. Where are you going?
To the central control room. Commander Avar is still in there.
No, don't. No. He's... So Avar is no longer with us.
I have to check on him myself. Maybe he's just heavily wounded. As a medic, I can probably...
Get back here. They burned down the entire central control room. Sir Avar's final words were for me to bring you safely out of this place. At least respect the man's dying wish. Let's get out of here and find somewhere safe. There's no turning back now. We have to keep...
going?
No, the underground sewers. The fortress is filled with bulbous men. We have to try our luck with the sewer tunnels.
Okay. Watch out for the soldiers around here. Surrender!
Keys to open the door.
Hey, for wasting my time. I'm gonna kick your ass in.
Avar's gone. Those Hyperborean soldiers out there are shooting us on sight. They're calling me a spy. But I don't understand any of this. Please, I need to know I can trust you. I'll believe whatever you tell me. Together now. Sorry, you're so heavily injured, yet I was there acting like a crying baby. I still have some of the medication you found. Let me help you with your injuries. Let's rest here until the medicine takes effect. I'll explain everything that happened outside.
One of them got away?
Yes, ma'am. A female medic named Daphne Theodore. Vanguard squads fought back fiercely, allowing her to escape. The Narwhals are entering the fortress, but no one else must know that we cleaned up the Vanguards. The situation may turn for the worse if Daphne contacts them. The situation is delicate. Chief Sybil is en route to Lonza Fortress after hearing the battle was turned. Luckily, Avar is already out of the picture. As for Daphne, what do you want us to do with her?
Relay Commander Fulvis's order. Block down the fortress, find and eliminate Daphne and Theodore. As for the charges, claims she conspired with the Forsakens, infiltrated the Legion as a spy, and compromised the fortress assault.
Yes, ma'am.
And after that, I checked on our squad mates while making my way to the central control room. Luckily, I avoided all the soldiers. But it was too late for most. They all suffered precise, fatal shots. Ironically, from our own men rather than the enemies. That's all I know. Now, tell me what happened in the central control room.
I'll explain later. Now isn't the right time. You were right about the situation. Every soldier in this fortress is now our enemy. Fulvis has ordered them to eliminate us. Fulvis. He's the despicable traitor who leaked our plans to the Forsakens. He's the one who decimated our squads. Thanks to your medicine, I'm feeling much better.
Fine. You must have your own reasons for withholding the information. But there's one thing I must know. My father, Avar, did he complete his mission? Thank you. Farewell, Dad.
Let's go. So long as we're alive, we'll find a chance to make Fulvis pay.
Daphne Theodore and an unknown accomplice are currently hiding in the sewers near Reservoir 1. Initiate the flooding of Reservoir 1 to force them out.
They found us. We need to get out before this section floods completely. discharge, activate 3 reservoir valves simultaneously.
They can't be far. Herd the remaining filthoids into the tunnels. Seal all exits. Once they surface, we'll eliminate the traitors. Hurry up! We're running out of time.
We should hurry up too.
Current water level exceeds safety threshold. Safety gate will remain closed. Reduced water levels to reopen.
They're controlling the inlets. Since this is a reservoir, it must also have drainage outlets. Instructions here say, for rapid discharge, activate 3 reservoir valves simultaneously.
They can't be far. Herd the remaining filthoids into the tunnels. Seal all exits. Once they surface, we'll eliminate the traitors. Hurry up! We're running out of time.
We should hurry up too.
Current water level exceeds safety threshold. Safety gate will remain closed. Reduced water levels to reopen.
Controlling the inlets. Since this is a reservoir, it must also have drainage outlets. Instructions here say,
current water level exceeds safety threshold. Safety gate will remain closed. Reduced water levels to reopen.
They're controlling the inlet. Since this is a reservoir, it must also have drainage outlets. here say... For rapid discharge, activate 3 reservoir valves simultaneously.
Current water level exceeds safety threshold. Safety gate will remain closed. Reduced water level is reopened.
Controlling the inlets. Since this is a reservoir, it must also have drainage outlets. We should be safe for now. The exit should be up ahead, but...
But they're definitely waiting to ambush us,
You're heavily wounded. Is there any chance of us escaping this place? Even if we make it out, the Legion will hunt us down. We'll be fugitives forever, constantly dodging assassins.
Take off your clothes.
What?
We're switching outfits. They think I died in the central control room, and they have no idea who your accomplice is. You are the only target they can identify. I'll wear your uniform and make a run out there. The medic's uniform is conspicuous enough to draw their attention. You'll make your escape during the chaos.
Are you serious? We're completely different sizes. They'll quickly realize they're chasing the wrong person.
The longer I can distract them, the better your chances. This is the plan, Daphne. Honor Sir Avar's last wishes. Don't hesitate. Hurry up.
No. Thank you for respecting my father's wish. But could you at least hear my wishes? This mania is a rainy place. When I was a little girl, all my friends hated the rain because it would mess with their hair and soil their pretty dresses. But I didn't hate the rain because it never reached my shoulders. In my eyes, the rain was just little ripples sprouting around my boots and droplets dripping off the brolly. But as I grew older, I realized that rain wasn't that nice. It used to look nice, only because my dad was there to bear it for me. My dad is such a kind man, and such a stubborn one too. He always put others first. Always. Before I was born, he joined the Legion and fought hard to prove himself worthy of my mum. After I grew up, he left us because he didn't want to soil my future. In public, he'd scowl and forbid me to call him Dad. But deep in the night, he'd drunkenly shout mine and my mother's name, crying. He was always bearing the weight of everything on his own, but he never asked if I wanted any of this. Just like you never asked if I wanted to live knowing you sacrificed yourself for me. Neither of you know what I actually wanted. I never wished for a hero who'd shield me from the rain. My wish is that if there's only room for one under the brolly, I'll brave the rain with you all. I wish that we make it out and live on.
Daphne.
Let's think together. There has to be another way. Volvis wants us silenced. That's our situation. He's labelled us as spies so that our fellow soldiers would kill us for him. We're the only ones left from the Griffins and Snowwolves. Every soldier here follows Volvis and his adjutant Falsey. Every soldier in the fortress. Wait, I have an idea. Father once said a strategic retreat could be a cover for an advance. Sometimes the greatest risks lead to victory. We still have one option. We can turn ourselves in. Exactly. Remember what Falsey said in the broadcast?
Seal all exits. Once they surface, we'll eliminate the traitors. Hurry up! We're running out of time!
Lonza Fortress is currently under Fulvis's full control. We're little more than rats in a cage. And why is Falsey in such a hurry? Do you remember what I overheard earlier from one of the soldiers?
Chief Sybil is en route to Lonza Fortress after hearing the battle has turned.
So you want to seek protection from Sybil?
Correct.
But Fulvis has already condemned us and even fabricated evidence. Wait, I get why you want to turn ourselves in.
Mm-hmm. Chief Sybil is also a graduate of the Academy. From what I know of her, she wouldn't tolerate betrayal from anyone, not even those she holds dear. Which is also why Sybil would carefully review any acts of treason. She would not make any hasty decisions to execute the suspects, because she'd want to get to the bottom of it. If we manage to meet her, she's most likely to throw us into the Imperial prison. The prison is reputedly so well guarded that even a fly could not escape the place. But the Imperial prison will be our safest refuge. We can prove our innocence during interrogations. This is our only chance to survive. Your reputation will suffer though, as you'll be interrogated for espionage. But once we endure the questioning, we'll be able to clear our names and bring the real traitors to justice.
Being questioned for espionage. Any chance that word gets out beyond the Legion? Perhaps the royal family will hear of this.
The army has always been the focus of Emperor Julius. Moreover, His Majesty personally founded the 13th Legion. I believe it will reach his ears.
And perhaps that person can help us. All right, let's go with your plan and find Sybil.
Time's against us. Let's move.
And thus, I took her hand and we stepped towards the narrow beam of sunlight piercing through the door's gap. It felt as though we were stepping into a shimmering grave of our own making. We expended our last ounces of strength evading our pursuers, in time to meet Chief Sybil, who had just arrived at the fortress. And just as Daphne had predicted, we were escorted to this very place.
No slacking.
What a riveting story, which completely contradicts the testimonies provided by the narwhals. Since you claim that you and Avar Horodland are innocent, let's talk about the evidence then. How come the letter pledging allegiance to the Forsakens not only bears Avar's handwriting, but also shows faint marks aligning perfectly with the worn parts on Avar's glove?
It was a setup. The real culprit lured Avar into the central control room so that Avar would find the letter and accidentally leave the unique marks of his glove on it when he was holding it. As for the handwriting, it could be faked by others.
The forensic reports on the fallen soldiers indicate numerous wounds inflicted by the fortress's own defense systems, and only Avar Horodland's name appears in the operation log of the central control room. How do you explain that?
Commander Avar did not use his control to activate the defense systems. Instead, he attempted to shut them down. As for the operation log, any officer with higher clearance than Sir Avar could easily manipulate the records to remove traces of their involvement.
Do you have any idea what you just said?
I absolutely do. I'm formally accusing Antonius Fulvus of orchestrating the events at Lonza Fortress.
Then are you aware of the consequences if your accusation against Colonel Fulvus are proven false?
It's 10 years in prison for making false accusations. I'm telling the truth. Since you have chosen to interrogate me and Daphne Theodore separately, you must be aware that our testimonies can perfectly corroborate each other.
Despite suffering grievous wounds, you have endured intense interrogation without changing your testimonies. Admirable, I must say. Push the interrogation to the next level. Initiate the Inferno. Survive this, and I'll consider the veracity of your testimony.
Uh-huh. Oh, my head hurts. The warden just said... Wait. Listen.
Traitor of the Empire. If you claim to be innocent,